We are the New York Knicks. 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 Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York.
Die Hard with a Vengeance, coming up next. Haven't Seen It, with Tim Sestito and Tommy Tebbening. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Thank you all so much for listening today. This is a podcast where one of us is watching a movie for the very first time. Today, we are joined by our good friend Connor Dowling. That intro, it connects to the movie. You see,
Very much.
It was filmed in 1994 in New York. We are recording this later than we would have liked to because the New York Knicks are up 2-0 over the Boston Celtics. After two back-to-back 20-point comebacks. We're not going to talk any basketball. I don't know anything enough about it. I just wanted to say, go New York, go New York, go.
I think it's because we are covering a New York movie tonight that the Knicks knew like we had to win. So that's
Yes, it was specifically for the podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, Mike Bridges is just a diehard listener.
Yeah,
it's the right move.
He's like, they're doing Die Hard with a Vengeance. We got to win this one for New York.
I gotta win it for the boys. I gotta win it for the boys. I know they're invested in me, but
now, 94, that was the famous cutaway game where they cut away from the Knicks playoffs to
it was
Patrick Ewing in the Bronco.
And
I mean,
yeah,
OJ Simpson. I said Patrick Ewing.
I knew what you meant.
It was game 6.
Yep.
It's a great 30 for 30. You can watch it on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
It's called June 16th, 1994, and it basically revolves around the OJ arrest, but every professional sport had something crazy happen. Like Arnold Palmer played his last round of professional golf. Ken Griffey Jr. broke some baseball record. The Rangers had their Stanley Cup playoff parade. Knicks had game 6, and the World Cup kicked off on that same day in Chicago.
A lot of action.
It was a lot of sports action that day. And I've heard distinctly that it was like the chase started in after the second half, and there was nobody in the stands for the second half of the game, and like the players like looking around like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what?
I watched it live.
Happened?
I watched it live, and I remember my old man being like, "Oh, this is something."
Oh, this is more interesting than a basketball game. Who knew?
That was our only shot. Like Jordan wasn't in there. We had that was our chance.
But that's enough Knicks talk. This is a movie podcast, not a basketball podcast. And we covered basketball last week on Hoosiers, which was a lot of fun. Go check that episode out here. So this is my first time with Die Hard with a Vengeance. Tommy Dowling, what about you guys?
I've seen this multiple times before. Love this movie. Love the Die Hard franchise in general. So really glad to revisit this. I think that this is a top 10 New York City movie. That's I think it's debatable. It's in the canon right there, right? And
I would have to think about it. There's so many New York movies.
There's too much.
There's too much.
I'd say I'm maybe I don't know if I could go definite, but I could put it in the canon right now. That would be a qualifier for top 10 New York City movie.
I would say it's a top 10 action movie in New York City.
That for
action, certainly.
But I'll give you action at this juncture, but I can't say top 10.
There's too many New
I'm just
Yorks.
I'm having movies coming to my brain right now, and I'm just like better movie.
Better movie. Yeah. So maybe the qualifier is action movie, but regardless, this is a really solid sequel. I think this is just so much fun. I think this is really the second best Die Hard easily.
I agree.
So,
I agree. It's better than 2.
I've only seen 3 Die Hards. I've seen the original, seen Die Hard with a Vengeance now, and I've seen Live Free or Die Hard, which was the first Die Hard I ever saw, the one that came out in 2007.
How very Tommy of you. How very Tommy of you.
I'm not even kidding. I think that was my first Die Hard also.
I don't know what you want from me. I didn't grow up in a Die Hard household. Like, I watched Die Hard for the first time in your basement, Dowling.
Yeah.
OG Die Hard.
It's a great movie.
I mean, 5 out of 5, perfect movie.
Yes.
That's a top 10 LA movie for sure.
Agreed.
Okay, yeah, we could easily say that.
100%.
I'll say that
It's
without qualms.
the second one's good. Live Free or Die Hard with Justin Long. That was a little rough.
I
Um,
heard the
I,
film
I
was unwatchable.
I have never
I heard
bothered the
it's
fifth. I heard it's
I
awful.
heard it's a just pretend it didn't happen. It didn't
it,
happen.
it's Crystal Skull level.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Well, I can see it even being worse than Crystal Skull, like more like Drek of the Drek, like almost like a
Yeah.
bad Friday 13th sequel kind of
Yeah.
level.
But like it wasn't the seventh, Nightmare on Elm Street. It was a big budget one and it was rough.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
second one's nice. It's not great. You get a little sophomore slump, but I would definitely put Die Hard with a Vengeance above it. I liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
Die Hard with a Vengeance. It just leans into the schlockiness of
Exactly.
what, like,
Oh, first of all, I mean, we're getting into this again, I guess, or before we do anything else. But the fact that this movie opens up with Die Hard, you're like, fuck yeah, Die Hard. And then all of a sudden jumps in with a vengeance. You're like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Very metal.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
very mid 90s, very
Yeah.
very mid
Oh
90s.
You
yeah.
see that, you're like, all right, we got this.
Yeah. No,
There you go,
yeah,
baby.
I'm surprised like Alice in Chains wasn't playing in the like opening,
Like the most grunge shit ever.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right, all right, fellas. We've
So
been on
this
the
was
pod for a
for
while. We know how this goes here. We're gonna talk about this movie in full detail in just a minute here.
yeah.
But
For me, this was very much like I didn't see it in the theaters, but this was like whenever you were bored, this is one to add to the pile when you're renting movies from the library. You know what I
Oh,
I was
mean?
easily.
about to say this is such a
This is the second
blockbuster
time
movie.
I've rented it. This is the second time I rented it from the video store, like down the street from me.
Yeah.
The
You know what
fact
you're
that
getting.
sentence is even uttered in the year of our Lord 2025 is remarkable.
I'm lucky. I have a video store near me. Dallion's been there.
Yeah, no, it's a nice story, and that's wild because I am 42 and I'm probably one of the last people to work in a video store that I know. Like
Yeah.
that was my high school job. I
It
graduated
cut
in
off. The door closed right
2000.
behind you.
Yeah, 2000, man. That's a long time ago.
Netflix comes in. They had until like '05, I feel like, and then
Yeah,
and then then Netflix the DVDs started really taking off, and it was over. It
I
was
still had a
over.
Hollywood Video across the street from me in Queens when I was going to grad school at St. John's. And by the end, it was pretty great, but it didn't last long because, like, when they were closing, they sold every VHS tape for $1. And
Oh,
they're like, who even has a VHS anymore? Like, here, just, we don't want to
Dowling
throw
walks
this
in
out.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
It's funny that there's a collector's market out there now for VHSs. I
it's
see it
so
so
weird.
much.
It's so weird because VHS is definitively the worst like video format to watch.
It's all aesthetic. I mean, I can say this that like being at a store and you see a VHS cover, it does get me a certain nostalgic. Like, oh, this looks cool.
I
But
mean, the box.
it's not the one threshold I've gotten to because I
I
collect 4Ks.
I feel like if you have a way to watch a movie, VHS is like
It's
the
the
last
worst.
way to watch it.
Do you know how many
But I
times tape snaps and you have to like clean the heads?
And you
Like I
gotta
got real.
rewind it. It's like
Oh,
you
I
gotta
got
there's sometimes though are movies that aesthetically look like feel better on VHS, if you know what I mean. Like a grimy horror movie you're watching, like Texas Chainsaw. You're watching it on a VHS where it's like, oh, this almost feels like a haunted tape right here.
oh, the
That adds
static adds to it.
listen.
And
Unless a
nah.
movie was filmed on a VHS tape recorder, I don't want to watch it on VHS. There's
yeah.
no condition.
I agree. I agree.
I agree with
Yeah,
you. I was playing devil's advocate.
Tommy's playing devil's advocate with literally the only thing he can play devil's advocate with. But what about like the most disgusting, grimy horror movie you've never heard of before? Dude,
Oh, we've covered Texas Chainsaw.
that's a masterpiece. I wasn't talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was talking about like I don't
Human
know,
Centipede 3 or some crap
Leprechaun.
like that you like.
Yeah,
Leprechaun is
Leprechaun.
fun. It's not good. It's fun.
That's I feel like we never really covered an intentionally bad movie that we knew we would hate
Perks
going
of being
in.
a wallflower.
Well,
It's a
I don't know if we knew we were
bad
gonna hate
movie.
it going in. We thought that we were gonna like, be like, maybe it's okay, maybe it holds up, wherever. But like we need to cover just like the real schlock of the schlock, just the real like bullshit that like you're like, why are we even watching this? Our eyes
Oh,
like we need
I
our samurai cops in there.
I got some bad ones for you if
Samurai
you want
Cop
it.
is a Samurai Cop is oh, what a great bad movie. Oh,
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I got to see a screening of it. So fantastic. So
I like Velocipaster, where a
amazing
Roman
one too.
Catholic priest turns into a dinosaur to
All right,
put the
all right,
will of the Lord out there.
all right, fellas, give me a movie you
Oh,
saw recently.
All right, Dallin, you go first.
I got two.
Okay.
After listening to your last week's podcast on Hoosiers, I haven't seen that in forever, and the entire family and I watched it. It was really cute. I
Hmm.
have young kids. They're, almost 15, 12, and 10, and they were really into it. It was nice. For them, it had like a Mighty Ducks feel. It was
Yeah.
really cute.
Yeah.
They loved it. It was really nice. The other one that just I saw, I was trying to fall asleep the other night and I just threw on one I loved. Um, the John Cusack classic, Grosse Point Blank with Minnie
Oh,
Driver and Dan
fantastic.
Aykroyd. I haven't watched that in probably a decade, maybe 15 years. But I forgot how good the soundtrack was.
Mhm.
It's just got a lot of nice
Just
nice
the
scenes in it. It's a good one. And it's just fun to throw on, you know?
There's a coolness factor to that movie too, especially with Mimi Driver, where she's like the DJ in that. And she's
Totally.
like, "Oh, this is my boyfriend who walked out on me on the 10 year." Timmy, have you seen
Yes.
this movie?
Psycho.
No, I have not seen it.
You've never
Oh,
seen
well,
Grosse Point Blank? You got to
that's
do
another
it.
one. I feel like Dallin has become our special guest for any time we cover like a solid like 90s action movie.
Yeah.
So he's our little niche right there. We had him on for Days of Thunder. Crike is 80s, but we'll still count it.
Yeah, no, totally. And my favorite scene in that whole movie is when John Cusack and Dan Aykroyd are sitting at the diner table, and it's just like
Yeah,
rapid fire. It's a good one to revisit, and it also reminds me of like, I have my 25th high school reunion in on June 21st. It's coming up, and just the scene where he goes back and sees the people, he's like, oh yeah, like he sees Jeremy Piven, he's like, you're a good shit, good to see you again. And then he sees like the class asshole, and he's like, I'm glad you're still a mess, like
yeah, yeah.
like it's that one. The older you get, I think the better it hits.
Hmm.
That it's a nice, it's a good film.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I mean, top five high school reunion movie, would I say?
Oh, I would say so. I would
Yeah.
definitely say so.
Just make it instant more and more qualifiers throughout the episode. You're right.
Exactly. Like you get the nice Joan Cusack cameo. She's always fun.
Mhm.
Like it's a good flick. And like the kids playing Doom. I'm like, I love Doom. Like it's just a nice slice of the 90s.
Mhm. For sure. So I'll go next. I watched speaking of John McTiernan, this director that covered Die Hard with a Vengeance, I watched another one of his movies last night. The movie he did before this called Last Action Hero.
Mm.
And what a fun movie, right there. I mean, it's a movie that I feel like could have gone further with its premise, but I think what we did get was still just great. Arnold is just hilarious in this movie. It's just basically like Timmy, have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Last Action Hero is basically Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Jack Slater, who's like your typical like cop in a movie like Die
He's
Hard with a
him.
Vengeance.
He's
He's
him.
him. Yeah. He's essentially playing a character he always plays, where he's like super cop wherever. And then this kid gets a golden ticket from like Harry Houdini, or like a descendant from Harry Houdini that transports him into the action movie world. And then we go on into the action movie world where it's like all the cliches. There's a cartoon cat. The chief is like some angry guy who like steam comes out of his ears. It's really cartoony. I think John McTiernan, this is really underrated in his own catalog. It bombed at release, which is shocking.
Huge
Um,
bomb. Huge.
and
It became culty.
Yeah, it became instantly culty, and it was at the time extremely expensive, which is weird for a movie that's parodying all the like the expensive, bombastic '80s movies at the time. But this really was a like turning point for John McTiernan's career, where why he had to come back for Die Hard with a Vengeance, because you know when you think of John McTiernan, let me bang off his first three movies for you, or his first movies two through four. So he did Nomads, which is like his calling card. Then he does Predator. Then he does Die Hard. Then he does The Hunt for Red October. Three
explodes.
movies right there, still to this day, is being talked about. Great action movies, fantastic, these staples of the genre. And then he goes and makes Medicine Man. That bombs. No one really thinks about that today. Shitty Sean Connery movie, from what I heard. Then he does Last Action Hero, which is now getting a cult following, but at the time, bombed like hell. So then when he's like, I need a safe hit, I need to go somewhere, he goes with Die Hard Avengers. Let me go back to the franchise I started. I didn't like two that much. I feel like I could do better. So, um,
Charles Dance of Game of Thrones fame.
Love
He
Charles.
played so good. He played
he's so
Tywin
fantastic.
Lannister.
He's
He's
so
so good.
menacing. Yeah.
The one thing that was weird in that movie that I saw in the theaters when it came out was when he was like, "Watch how well these Dobermans are trained," and snaps his finger, and they're suddenly in like a pyramid. You're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it is funny seeing this movie as a parody of like movies that like is so held back or restraint. Where like there's one point in the movie where he has like a villain monologue, Charles Dance, where he says, "With this golden ticket, I can get all the movie characters in the world. I can get Freddy Krueger and Hannibal Lecter and
Yeah.
Dracula to all come and fight, and they're all gonna have a great time." And they don't do that. Whereas if this is like a 2025 movie, it'd be like, yeah, so we're gonna get all the IP characters in here. We're gonna do the Ready Player One version of this. Just like we're just gonna get those cameos right in there.
Gross. Gross. So I saw a controversial movie in the theaters for its 20th anniversary release. I saw Revenge of the Sith, and I don't think I've watched that movie in years, in
Mm.
many, 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 many years, maybe since high school. Um, it's a movie. It's certainly a movie. I'm kind of curious because I know we're delving down the Star Wars hole. It's on
Don't
the
get me started.
we're not.
This will end up being a
I will
5 hour pod.
I will
Don
just
starts talking about the different types of lightsabers and what they're
I will
called.
just if you go in,
You know I know him.
if you dive into I'm muting you. You're muted. Just leave it alone. I don't care about lightsaber hilts. Um, what what is your guys' relationship with this movie? Because I do not like the prequels.
So I feel like in general, when I'm looking back on Star Wars, I've been thinking about this lately. Like I never was a big Star Wars kid. I liked the video games, but the movies I was like hit or miss with, except for the original trilogy. I think I liked Empire when I was a kid, but like the prequels, I was like, ah, whatever. The pod racing game's cool. So the coolest thing I remember about this was that one of my friends in fifth grade, his dad, by being someone's doctor that worked on the film, got to see the premiere early. So the next day, or like this was maybe like a week early before Revenge of the Sith came out, and we're in fifth grade, so this is like the coolest fucking thing possible. So he tells us everything when he comes back to school, like says like Mace Windu dies, and like oh like this is who dies, and this is how this happens, all the Jedi, and we're all like lapping up everything he's saying, just telling us all and over again. He's like the coolest kid. He's the big man on campus because he saw Revenge of the Sith a week before everyone else did. So that's my main memory of it. I haven't revisited it that much since. I maybe seen it once or twice since, but it doesn't get the reputation these days of being the best prequel. And when I look back on a prequel I want to watch, it would probably be Revenge of the Sith.
Definitely the best prequel. I
I agree.
rewatched. I restarted. I can't even say rewatched. I restarted The Phantom Menace a couple months ago, and oh my God, what a I got
It's
through
a
the Batman
turd.
thing, and I like I couldn't do it anymore, man. Oh, that movie
Hmm.
stinks. It's
The Qui-Gon Darth Maul battle with Obi-Wan is the only thing that matters in the entire movement.
the pod race is tight though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's an
Oh,
age thing. I never liked it.
Hey, so Dallin, last time we had you on was for Days of Thunder. How much would you love to see the Days of Thunder version of just pod racing? Just the pod racing movie.
Not
Just like
very much.
fuck it, Dave Filoni's just like, we're just gonna make like specific spin-offs of Star Wars. It's gonna be a standalone movie. We're gonna have Tom Cruise again somehow.
Tom
Somehow Cole
Cruise is
Trickle.
Anakin. Like
Days of
No.
Rusty
Somehow,
Barnes is
Tom Cruise
Sebulba.
recast
yeah,
as-
no. Somehow Cole Trickle gets transported into the Star Wars universe. They
No.
don't explain why. They're like,
I wouldn't watch it.
We're going
For
straight in.
me, I was older. Like I used
You
to
were like
be.
18 at the time, right?
No, I was in grad school, bro. That was 2 years
Oh, for
before
Phantom.
No, for Revenge of the Sith.
Hmm.
I was a junior in high school when Phantom came out. And before that, I was probably like the biggest Star Wars nerd around. I played the customizable card game. I read the novels. I was into it, like pretty deep. I didn't care for, I saw the sequels at midnight, of course, when they came out. Sorry, the prequels, but they felt lacking. Totally. By far, Revenge of the Sith is the best one, but it's still, there's a lot of holes there.
It,
Like,
it's rough. It's a rough,
yeah,
like, here's my thing. Whenever there's an action sequence in it, it's fine.
yeah,
The dialogue was better than I thought it was, than like I remembered it being.
yeah.
Still a little ropey, but like, man, this movie is it's lifeless. It's a lifeless movie.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Like,
it's overacted. It almost destroyed Natalie Portman's career, and she's an incredible actress
it
because
ruined
she
Hayden.
felt so stiff.
It ruined Hayden Christensen's career.
Yeah, well, he's like a farmer now. But yeah, like I remember I I was in grad school. We were, me and my roommate at the time, I was waiting tables, teaching in an all-girls Catholic school, and finishing up a master's degree at St. John's all at the same time. We were so broke. I literally didn't have internet at my apartment, and we didn't have cable TV. All we did was watch VHS tapes from Hollywood videos, swear to God.
As one does.
I did save up, and I got the Revenge of the Sith Xbox game,
Great game.
and that great game. But that came out like a week before the movie.
And it spoiled
And
everything. I remember that.
it did
'cause
spoil
we all
it.
played that. And we're
Yes.
like, oh, shit.
Yes. And I remember being like, oh, that's odd. So like, yeah, I did see it in theaters. It was great. There's some great scenes in it, but there's some real,
Whenever
not to be,
So
pun intended, groaners where it's like, no.
all I want to say about this movie is Ian McDiarmid as the Emperor is probably the greatest performance across Star Wars. Like,
Well,
unbelievable.
Han Solo.
Definitely
Han
up there.
Solo.
No,
Harrison Ford as Han Solo is incredible.
it's very funny because in this movie, the Emperor is in like everyone else talks like a wooden stiff robot, and Ian McDiarmid is he's camping it up the entire time. Like he's having fun. That guy just
Oh.
and it
he
is
knows what movies
beautiful.
he's in.
He was excellent. He was
Yeah.
excellent.
Beautiful,
So-
but not like everybody else is just like walking robot. It's a lot of like reverse shot kind of
Yeah.
like it's very lazily made. Partially because everything is green screen, so there's like no sets, so you can't really do a lot of like running without it looking bad. But it's certainly a movie. I kind of wanted to briefly touch upon it because
Yeah. So
I feel like the original trilogy is so incredible because they leave room to breathe for your
Yeah.
mind to fill in what could be in the majesty of it. I feel like the prequels, they tried to tell you what to think way too much, and it loses the mystique.
nobody told Lucas no. Like clearly,
Exactly.
Star Wars,
exactly.
there
So
were other voices along there, and the prequels, George Lucas was like a billionaire and just wanted to make these movies and knew they would print money, and nobody said no to him. Nobody.
Correct.
that's what happened. So I guess this is a good transition point. So would you say that this is Revenge of the Sith is a better third movie than Die Hard with a Vengeance?
No.
I guess we'll find
No.
out. This
Yeah.
is Die Hard with a Vengeance.
On May 19th, think fast, look alive, die hard.
This thing got airbags? Your side does. I don't know about mine.
Bruce Willis,
It just keeps getting better and better.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Are you all right? Yes. Laundry day.
Rated R.
So, Die Hard with a Vengeance, the 1995 American action film directed by John McTiernan, starring Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and Jeremy Irons. Lieutenant John McClane finds himself suspended until a terrorist calling himself Simon extorts the city of New York by threatening to set detonate several bombs unless McCain solves a series of games and riddles scattered across the city. Um, I this movie was kind of working for me in the first 30 minutes of it or so. Um, up until they set off that bomb in the subway and the plan is fully revealed that they are robbing the Federal Reserve. That sequence was incredible of them like unloading the trucks and bringing them down into the subway stop. It went from me like sitting back watching to going like, okay, now you fully have my attention.
Yeah.
Kind of a movie. How,
Um,
how did this play for you guys after several rewatches this time around?
I still think like I agree with you that I think the first 30 minutes of this movie, the first like maybe 50 minutes to an hour are like the most compelling part of this movie. Just the setup of itself, how it takes its time revealing that this is a Die Hard sequel in itself, and just like the great chemistry between Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis, how they lean into that immediately. This was like a year after Pulp Fiction, and if I remember correctly, did they even share the screen in Pulp Fiction? I don't think so.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, yeah. So this is like capitalizing like off the fame of the fact that we have the two stars of Pulp, one of the two of the stars from Pulp Fiction together now in like what feels like a buddy cop movie in a really way. So there's a version of this movie. There's originally a script called Simon Says. It was gonna be made into a Brandon Lee feature. Then The
He
Crow
got
happened.
shot on The Crow, yeah.
Yeah, so The Crow happened. So it was like, oh, we're not doing a Brandon Lee feature anymore, I guess, unfortunately. So there's a version of this where this is going to be a Lethal Weapon sequel where like the Zeus part was going to be rewritten as Danny Glover. And then basically 20th Century Fox agreed essentially to like not sell a script, so they end up making this a Die Hard sequel. And the first half of this movie, like the first 50 minutes, the screenwriter of that movie, Simon Says, said that's just my script verbatim, just like the slight tweaks to mention John McClane. And then the rest of the movie is just like a Die Hard sequel. But I still think the framework of that usually can be so disastrous, but in this case, it worked so well. I think it was just a really fun.
Don't know if I agree. I was kind of sitting there being like, oh, people say this is pretty good, not as good as Die Hard, but it's up there in terms of action movies. And I'm sitting there for the first 30 minutes. I'm like, because I was just like, well, obviously this is Hans Gruber's brother. Like I just felt like that was obvious off the bat. It was just some German guy named Simon that wants to antagonize Die Hard. I was like, it's his brother or his cousin or something like that. Like I just
I
instinctively
like they mentioned wants to terrorize Die Hard, like that's John McClane's character's name. You know, Die Hard. What's that character you watching? The Die Hard.
Have you terrorized Die Hard? Yes, sir.
Hey, it's the Die Hard guy right there.
So
No,
I felt like I was like, where is this going? Because like, where's the robbery? Where's the terror? Where's like the threat? There's just like this looming bomb threat, which I don't necessarily think makes for a great movie because it's just like a lot of like running around.
Oh, I think that in itself was very compelling, very fun, and very engaging. Where it's just like a ticking clock. I mean, there's one action set piece in this movie I fucking love, and it's like probably the best part of this movie when they have to go all across Midtown, or I think it's Midtown, in the taxi, and they have to go
oh,
through Central Park
Central Park.
and ride through Central Park and everything like that. Just
The
like
geography is pretty good too.
I was gonna ask you that. I was gonna ask you that. How do you feel? Because you always.
It's pretty solid, although my west side's a little shaky, but it felt I didn't see anything where I was just like, oh my God, they're shooting in Chinatown and calling it.
Yeah. No, it was good. And I feel like this whole movie does a great job giving the watcher anxiety.
Mm,
It's like there's ticking clocks at every moment.
mm.
You feel the suspense, and like it literally is just bombs everywhere. Like the way it starts, I love the running gag where like the whole thing, McLean's like, I have such a bad headache. Like
Yeah, he's hungover as hell.
yeah, even at the end when Simon throws him the aspirin is like keep the bottle, but like it starts off with a bang how they introduce Zeus, and it's like, you know, that's a good way to get killed in an urban area. And like it certainly sets the scene of like high stress when they're like, here's what you need to do right now. Go
So
stand in the middle of Harlem
yeah,
with a slur on you.
Yeah, it literally says I hate N bombs. Like
yeah.
I'm
So
30
what's
Amsterdam.
so funny about the production of that was apparently like because they obviously knew how like antagonizing that type of a sign would be. They had Bruce Willis like have a blank sign when he was out in New York City like that. So they CGI'd later in the like thing that was in the theatrical cut, which is the slur. And Don was bringing this up earlier, how
Yeah,
when you watch this on TNT or TBS cable
yeah.
in general, they instead like made the censor be instead of I hate like the slur, it was I hate everyone. Which feels like such a
It's
hilarious edit.
it's so funny because I feel like, especially like in now today's day and age, like somebody saying like I hate everyone is just going to get a reaction of like, oh, sure, like
Yeah,
I get it. You're on social media too much. You hate everybody.
nothing.
Got it.
Even in that movie, like the no one would have that reaction if
No,
it was
no
just
one
I
would
hate
have that.
everyone.
No one would have the reaction of these gangsters coming up. You've made a huge mistake, boy. Like putting a knife in his neck. Like you,
But I do like though how much they build up Samuel Jackson's character in the beginning of the movie. How he has a whole scene to himself where he just gets to talk out to like his son, his to like neighborhood kids. I don't know if there's kids or not. I forget.
He knows that those aren't his children. That's just kids in the neighborhood.
Kids in the neighborhood, but like how they set him up right there and just give him a little character moment before we were like, okay, now John McClane's in this guy's world.
Well, you could totally tell like he's a respected man who's got like a good head on his shoulders, and he certainly knows what's going on. He looks over and sees a couple guys without shirts hanging on a stoop, and he's like, you're gonna die if you don't leave here right now. And he's like, my favorite is when he looks at him, he's like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Start acting crazy, Looney Tunes, and just he's like, go with it quickly, or they're gonna kill you.
yeah, they're
So
gonna.
like I know that this is like Samuel Jackson's like follow up to Pulp Fiction, but I feel like this is really the movie that cemented him as a star because we have Pulp Fiction.
100%.
Pulp Fiction was the one that was like, okay, now we know who this guy was. He obviously had some like moments in blockbusters before, like Jurassic Park and Random Rep.
He was always a side guy, and he's always kind of like if you think about his performance in Jurassic Park, he's tame in that.
Yeah,
He's
like
Totally.
Dowling.
he's
Could
full
could
on
you
his
say
vibe.
that? Can you say that anyone when they saw Jurassic Park in theaters, they were like, "Who's that Samuel Jackson guy?"
Well, it's,
They
people
said, "Who are these
recognize them.
dinosaurs, and why do they look so good?"
People recognize them, but it
Because he had
wasn't
Patriot
like,
Games also.
yeah, it's,
Tom
you knew
Hanks,
him from Coming to America. He was the robber. Like, you knew him, like, he was always a side guy. He was in Goodfellas. He was,
who was it? That guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
Oh, it's that guy.
he was a that guy. And, he has more film credits than anyone of the 90s. And just, this is where he started to become like the leading man kind of thing. And he did say on, I believe, this movie set that Bruce Willis gave him some of the best advice ever. He goes, I got a John McClane, so no matter what, I have a character that I can
go
just
back to.
even go back to. And he was like, once he hit the Avengers, he was like, I didn't realize I've done like 7, 8 movies. Like, I got a
Yeah. He's like,
character.
I got my guy now.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
And
like so many other like leading movie stars they have that are one guy that everyone wants to go see back. But the crazy
Sylvester
thing of Samuel
Stallone's got
Jackson,
Rocky. It's
yeah,
like
and
Arnold's
Rambo,
got the
yeah,
Bruce is Ethan Hawke.
Terminator.
yeah.
What was that?
Ethan, what's the guy's last name?
Oh well. Anyways, Bruce will like Tom Cruise has Ethan Hunt,
Hunt.
Yes,
and
Mission
yeah,
Impossible.
I
Of
said
course.
I said Ethan Hawke.
yeah. I don't think Ethan Hawke has one of those guys,
He's Dead
unfortunately.
No,
Poet
he has the
Society.
first one. He has the Before trilogy.
Yeah, the great blockbuster trilogy, the before trilogy.
The great indie
This
pop.
time, it's personal.
But
Um,
yeah, that set piece is fun. I don't know why it was more of for me, I think that first 30, 45 minutes, like where is
you're
this?
just
I'm like, where is this go? It was more of a like, where is this going versus not being like, oh, this is entertaining, but I feel like it's it was like hinting at the schlockiness levels it was going to get to, and then once Jeremy Irons just rolls down with like a army
Mhm.
into a bombed New York City subway platform.
There's such a vibe shift right there.
Oh yeah.
100% in the movie. There's like this whole European vibe. I love how like they all go out to like show off like the girl member of the gang, how she has that like elaborate death kill scene where she kills the guy and turns around it's like,
He
no,
says
no, not now.
movie.
Yeah.
I
Like
love
she,
the elevator scene when he notices
The badge number. There's a
the
lot of
badge number.
there's a lot of great callbacks from the beginning of
Yeah.
the movie to the end. Like even there's the part in the beginning where they're testing the bomb stuff with the guy, the bomb
Yep.
test, and he like takes the substance and throws it at the chair, and then that's what Bruce Willis uses to release Sam Jackson at the end from the boat when he's handcuffed together because they drop
Yeah.
the little
It's
pick.
really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice like. There's a lot of little callbacks like that in the.
Crossover.
yeah.
With
So
Okay. Can
how do
you
you
do
think?
the water bottle right now? How would you solve it, Tommy?
Oh, I would fuck it up immediately. I remember this was a thing that was like in like sixth grade biology class. I forget my teacher's name, but like she showed us
Miss McGinn, right?
no, it wasn't Miss McGinn. It was someone else.
Oh,
Miss
okay.
Barker, maybe. But anyways, I remember she showed us a clip from Die Hard with a Vengeance, and that was like my first introduction to this movie, and maybe Die Hard in general. Where I was like, okay, we're gonna watch like Die Hard with a Vengeance, and me being me, of course, I remember the parts in school where we talked about movies. Where I was like, okay, so like, oh, we talked about Die Hard with a Vengeance. We're gonna watch this one scene, and this is what gallons mean, and everything like that. That was the lesson plan.
Tommy,
And like
Tommy
I,
learning what gallons means from Die Hard with a Vengeance is so perfect. Tommy not knowing what a gallon is until sixth grade is just beautiful. Perfect. Perfect.
well,
Chef's
it's
kiss.
also the fact I couldn't tell you a single other fucking thing I learned in that goddamn class in sixth grade in biology. But I do remember we watched one clip from Die Hard with a Vengeance.
And you don't take bio till ninth grade, Tommy.
Well, I think we had like a little bit of biology in sixth grade, if I remember correctly.
It was just general ed sixth grade science class. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Tommy doesn't even know what class he took. Sounds about right.
that's 20 years ago.
It's like Tim was in my bio class. You didn't take that in middle school.
Although you showing us Die Hard with a Vengeance wouldn't have been out of the realm of possibilities.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. I'd be like, all right, take a look. You see that tripwire in there?
Like your wife shows the part where it's like the part about the president, where it's just like this is why knowing your history is very important. And like, thank God, there's one guy in New York City. He was it James Polk or something like that. Where it's like, thank God someone knows that fucking shit. You
James.
find a random goddamn New York City member, and they're like, yeah, I know everything about James Polk. I got you. I got you
Oh,
covered.
Tommy, you don't even have the president right. It's Chester A. Arthur.
Okay, I wasn't sure who it was. Is James Polk even a president?
Yes.
Chester A. Arthur's got a great
Hey,
callback
hey.
in
I
Seinfeld.
would love to have Tommy do a Sporkle quiz live on a stream of naming all the presidents and him getting
Hey, I think it's impressive. I pulled James Polk out of my fucking ass right there. That's not one that comes up often. I feel like that's like a deep cut for presidents.
it's not that deep of a cut if you know the presidents. That's all I'll say. It's actually a pretty good president.
Deep cut. He did only serve one term and increased the size of the United States a lot.
Yeah, he's a
He was pretty dope.
good president. Now this is a president's podcast. Tommy, can you tell me what you know about James Buchanan?
Oh, the worst one.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
nothing.
The only bachelor president, and he set
Oh,
the
he was
scene
right
for the
before the Civil
he
War.
set the scene for the Civil War.
Who was president?
It's been a while. Hey, but to be fair,
who was president during the Civil War, Tommy?
well, Lincoln, I know that.
Okay, I had
Dowling's wife could attest this. I was good in history.
You were.
She gave me a B plus. That was good for me.
Yeah, that's about right.
That was Tommy.
She's a generous grader as well as me.
I remember we watched Hotel Rwanda in her class again.
Yes.
Me remembering movies in class.
Yes,
That's the one time I always remember.
I had pirated that and burned it on the DVDs for the entire social studies department.
It reminded me to go on a tangent. This reminded me in senior year of high school, I somehow convinced my participation in government teacher, Miss Charles, to let's watch Captain America: First Avenger because it was a World War II movie. I said, "Hey, it's historical," and she was like, "Fuck yeah, all right, we're gonna watch it." So this is like right before the Avengers came out, or right when it came out, and like we watched it in class for like a week, and then I remember I was like, "All right, we gotta watch the end credits," and someone in class said like, "Hey, like, why do we have to watch the end credits? We all know what happens in the Avengers." I was like, "We're fucking watching it." I remember other teachers in like Mr. Steele came up to me and he was like, "Can I borrow your Blu-ray of Captain America First Avenger?" I was like, "Yes, you can."
That's
He's like, so he
amazing.
did the same exact thing. So like that's why physical media is important. Just remember this from
Oh,
this podcast.
totally. One of my co-teachers used to show Rocky 4 in its entirety to teach the Cold War.
That's fantastic. I mean, hey, it teaches a lot.
If
Okay.
you can change and I could change, everybody can change.
I had to throw I had to throw a nerd alert in there. I'm sorry.
I am a nerd, bro.
This is a podcast about Die Hard with a Vengeance, and we're talking about Captain America 1, watching it in your participation in government class. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay.
I had to remember every tangent I had where I watch a movie in class. I could go deeper. I remember them all.
Let's not do that. So Die Hard with a Vengeance. Yes, the movie we are covering. I I gotta say, I feel you can tell this is a post 9/11 movie because of how
Or
lax
pre.
Free.
the 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 Federal Reserve is.
Oh, well, first of all, speaking of 9/11, there's one part where Samuel Jackson, he's looking up and he sees the World Trade Center, and I was like, oh, that aged poorly. There's one shot also where Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis are just running step in step, and like they're talking, and like Bruce Willis gives the exposition like, yeah, I killed his brother, and like, now this is why I'm involved, and the whole entire time you just see the World Trade Center and like the background shot of that.
I mean, it was in New York City at the time, and when you were filming New York City, being the tallest towers in the city does make
Well,
it.
it's like when we covered our first episode ever, Home Alone 2, wasn't there one part where Macaulay Culkin like eats on
Goes,
the World Trade Center?
it doesn't go to the top of the World Trades. Does he? Not the
I
top.
think he goes, I'm pretty sure he goes to the top.
No, he does Empire
No.
State Building. I don't. World Trade Center didn't have like a tourist top to go to.
Okay.
People were working there.
Yeah, that was like strictly like a commercial building. Like there was no tourism to those towers, but it does like a long over. I think he looks up at it from the window, and then you get like a panning shot over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Call back to our first episode. Don't listen to
Yeah,
it because it's very
it's
bad.
awful. Yeah, we have definitely grown. You can tell the growth
You can
from
tell
us going on more
we
tangents
go on
now.
a 10-minute tangent about the presidents and participate.
It's what the people want.
Knowledge is power.
Um, so there's one thing I love about this movie though is like how many like characters have like one bit scene parts that are just fantastic. Like the guy I was talking about, the president, and there's like the people in like McClane's police crew all have like their own little moment to shine, like here and there, and it's just so much fun little added character to this movie where like you get like one quick scene of a guy and you're like, all right, it feels like New York City in that
Well, and
aspect.
it's like when it cut to the 911 dispatcher, I was like, oh, McClane's gonna probably be on the phone with her for like the next half of this movie to like coordinate or get something. Like, I need you to talk me through this, kind of call back to Die Hard. Nope, she's just in the movie for like 2 seconds to be like, the phone line's overloaded, and that was it. And it's like, oh, okay, that's the only reason you were in this movie. Okay, got it.
I like the squeaky voiced cop when Samuel L. Jackson's like, listen to me. I have to answer this
Oh,
phone. And he's like, put your hands up. It's
that was just a
like,
great moment of tension too. It was just like
yeah,
really
no,
racking it up
exactly.
with
That was
especially
my
if the
favorite.
yeah, especially if you rack up the score and then all of a sudden like everything just blows up right there. It's like holy fucking shit.
It's like, and then he's like, in the most calm voice ever. He was like, I would duck if I were you.
I love the one guy, I don't know what actor this is, but he's the bomb expert where he first of all does the demonstration of what the bomb could be in the beginning. He's so enthusiastic about it. It's just like, yeah, maybe you're a little too into bombs, guys. How about you just like take that down just a little bit notch right here and there? And
The
What?
then
man
If I have
needs
a
a
bomb,
hobby.
if I have a bomb demolition guy, I want that to just be his life. Like that guy's going home and he's like De Niro's character in Heat when he's just like, oh, what book are you reading? Just a book about graded metals. Like that's what I want my bomb guy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It,
Like I don't want him fucking around.
but
it,
it is cool that he gets his own hero moment too, where he's like,
Well,
I'm
it's
gonna s- I,
the
I'm gonna
false
stay.
humor of a hero moment.
But still, he still gets to like be brave in a moment where it's just like there's not a lot of movies that would give like just an extra hero scene for like their ancillary characters, and I think it just adds some flavor to this.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely. It
Who
adds some.
wants
It adds a lot of life and character to the movie, where everybody kind of gets their little thing and their little moment to shine. I
yeah,
do
who wants a chemistry teacher that doesn't blow stuff up? Come on. If you're doing it, do it.
You gotta go full tilt.
Yeah.
I do think this movie has uh it does defy the law of physics in a way that the original Die Hard only managed to do once when McClane swings from the top from the fire
Mm.
hose and goes in. And that's the only time where you just go, "Oh, okay, whatever." Like it
Shouldn't work like that, but
didn't work like that,
it's
but it's
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
fine, fine. It's awesome. Who cares? This one has a lot of that. Also,
Well,
wait, I was just thinking about this because when he blows up the subway train, McClane was on the subway car trying to disarm it, and Samuel L. Jackson's there, Zeus is, and he picks it up. And he's like, "Oh, well, both of you aren't here. I guess that means you failed." Like, what happens if McClane is there? If they're both there? Because if they are both there, that is a success. Like they have succeeded, and then he can't blow up, which his entire plan was to blow up that subway station. That was the whole ruse, the whole reason for it.
well, it was a hard thing to do. Like, and they even had Zeus do a little bit on it where he's like, 30 minutes. It could easily be double that.
Oh no, of course it was impossible, but they did it because, it's a movie, naturally. And
Exactly.
if you cut through Central Park proper and you just drive through the grass, you can make up a lot of time.
Yeah.
You
If
make up
you
a lot
have
of
complete
time.
reckless abandon, you might be able to do it, but even then it's tough. It's I Here's the question. If they're both there, does he still blow it up anyway?
That's what I'm asking. Like,
I think so.
I think so
Because
too. I think so too. He's like, oh well, I don't care. Bye.
yeah, well, they call that too at the end where McLean's like, I know his kind of attitude. Like I know how his family behaves.
Yeah, well,
Like,
because the original, if you haven't seen the movie, the idea is that they're going to steal this gold. They're getting paid by a bunch of Saudi Arabians. It's like $140 billion in gold bullion, and they want to blow it up in New York Harbor to disrupt the global economy. And that's not Steven's plan. That's not Jeremy Irons' plan. Hans Gruber's brother, because he's like, well, you can do a lot with $140 billion, like buy a country, apparently. Um, but
billion B.
with a B, I said B,
Okay.
not
Yeah.
M. I said with a B. $140 billion, like you can buy things. So
Mhm.
that felt pretty obvious that they were not going to blow that up. But
Perspective, Bill Gates at the time this movie came out was the richest man in the world. He was probably worth about 60 billion. And it was already sounding like a made up number.
Mhm.
Sorry to interrupt.
not anymore, huh?
Yeah.
No.
But
So there's one thing I want to ask though about this movie being a sequel in its own right. Sometimes with sequels that there's like a case of like wanting to like echo the original too much and like you want to get back to it. Like I watched Die Hard 2 recently, about a month or two ago, and the problem with that movie is that they keep on wanting to mention, isn't this so crazy that this thing happened to the guy for a second time in a row? And they bring back so many characters from the original movie. Like there's no reason for Reginald Johnson to be in Die Hard 2, but there's one scene where they have him in there where they call him up and like, hey, Reginald Johnson, can you help me with this one quick scene right here? And like Brian Bedelia, hey, you're gonna be back here as John McClane's wife. And guess what? The reporter from Die Hard 1's gonna be on the plane with you. Oh my God. And I liked the fact that this movie doesn't have any of that. There's no returning characters other than McClane. You just have John. And this really feels like a perfect standalone sequel in that aspect that like if you never saw Die Hard 1, I think this movie would be just as effective.
I disagree with that. These are on two different levels, and I think the big thing is the stunts of it all. Like Die Hard, for the most part, felt as realistic as that movie could possibly feel. In terms of like you have that media pressure and that influence coming in. I felt like the stunts were mostly grounded, somewhat like some a little ruthless,
Yeah, I
brutal.
mean, it's definitely a little different tone, but I feel like if you haven't seen Die Hard 1, you would not have any issue following Die Hard 3, Die Hard
Oh
with a
no,
Vengeance.
no, you don't need to know anything about Die Hard
Yeah.
to know this. And
Yeah,
Plane,
You basically like they go a little light on McClane's backstory. You just figure out like they're calling this guy up. If you never saw Die Hard, you'd be like, why does he have a bone to pick with him? I don't know.
I don't know.
But the one callback I do like is they end the film with the classic Die Hard line, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker."
that's
And
good. I mean, I also do like how they mentioned that how they build up to the fact that he's Gruber's brother when they're in the van, and there's that one guy in the back of the van who's like had the sunglasses on the whole time. He's not saying a word for the whole time, and then he says at one point, "Does the name Gruber mean anything to you?" And then all of a sudden, just like PTSD
And it
non-flashback,
cut,
and you
and it
see
cuts,
the
it cuts
terrible shot of Alan Rickman falling down the window.
the iconic shot.
Yeah,
yeah, amazing shot.
amazing, but it hasn't aged the best.
So what do you mean it hasn't aged the best?
I thought that was great.
In terms of like the green screen of that moment when you see it in the movie, sometimes it
I
plays a
think
little
I
crazy.
think it's still a
I mean, there's definitely tears of it. I mean, if you ever see RoboCop again, Dick Jones falling out of the window where his arms get all extended, it's kind of almost near that tear.
I actually thought that one was like pretty clean. I didn't notice anything on that one. I'm gonna be completely honest, and I'm usually you can spot it. Like if we want to talk about bad special effects in this movie, when McClane's following them in the truck in the dam, and he's trying to get the thing, the panel up again, and they break the dam, and the water starts coming. Yeah, they did not use real water for that one, huh? That was you could tell that was CG. That was some pretty primitive CG as well.
Yeah, you could see it in spots. Water and hands are always hard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but
I Go ahead.
overall, I don't really like feel like any issues with the action scenes. Like the special
No,
effects for the most part hold up, especially like the driving scenes and everything like that. Overall, it's a tight action movie.
The driving
good
scenes
car
are great.
chases.
The one that lost me a little bit was when the boat's taken off from the harbor and he just does the cable on, he hooks the cable, which I'm like, all right, already that's okay. And then they're just like, okay, we're gonna climb it, and they climb and they survive like a 50-foot fall onto a metal deck, and they're just like, ooh, oh, that hurts. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, we're
Yeah.
just all right. I guess it's time to abandon reality here. Like, which is fine.
Yeah, it's Fast and the Furious kind of physics.
Yeah, there's
Like,
certainly questionable physics.
It still hasn't gone full tilt into where Die Hard 4 goes, where John McClane at that point is a superhero, where
yeah,
he's able to launch like a fucking car into a helicopter to make it blow up and shit like that. So you still have the moments of McClane being vulnerable and like still taking a beating like we had in the first two Die Hard movies. Like that one scene where like he's getting like fucking beat the shit in the containers and then he ends up taking the chain and starts whipping the guy off the chain, but he's bleeding. He's fucking like taking a beating. You could see the wounds on him at that point, which makes McClane such a great action hero movie for movie hero, and especially the first three movies.
and I'm not gonna lie, I really love Jeremy Irons in
Oh,
this.
he's so
Like,
good.
Oh, such
classically
great flavor.
trained, like, British actor. This is same year Lion King came out and
Year
he was
after,
Scar.
year after Lion King, but
Oh, I thought Lion King was 94.
well, this is filmed in '94, but came out in '95.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's same around the same time, he's just got that wonderful voice and it doesn't sound corny or fake when he does the German accent. It comes out like, I don't know. For me, when I hear it, I'm like, this dude means, I don't know if it's the German accent or what, but I'm like, this guy means business whenever I hear him talk,
He has such like a great like play and menace to him, where like he's like
Yeah,
he still has like a little bit of charm to him and everything that
totally.
adds to it.
He's
So
so
let me give
polite but menacing.
yeah. So let me throw out an
So,
optional casting choice that was considered. John
oh,
McTiernan's first choice for the role of Simon Gruber, Sean Connery.
oh.
How do you think that would have played?
Imagine
I
if he was like okay, he's Scottish. He's got that nice Scottish
yeah,
accent. If you
Connery's not doing an accent. You hire Connery, you're
no,
getting the Scots action.
here's what you would have to do. The way you can make it work is you have him tweak it a little and you make him like a Northern Ireland bomber. You make him like an IRA guy
Kind of like Patriot
instead.
Games.
Yes, yes, yes. Or the worst Northern Ireland accent I've ever heard was in the movie Blown Away. What the hell's his name?
Oh,
Fugitive.
Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones
Yes.
and Blown Away. Where
Tommy,
he barely attempts an Irish accent throughout the whole movie. It's
and
hilarious. That's
it's
great to see.
awful. It's awful. Like
Yeah.
you make him like an IRA guy, but you have Connery do like a Northern Ireland kind of voice. I think
Yeah.
that would be cool. You'd have to change the brother aspect. It would just
Yeah,
be
that'd be the
like,
main thing. It'd be weird because
yes.
can you imagine like Sean Connery attempting to do like an Alan Rickman type of accent? It wouldn't work.
No,
It
no,
would not work whatsoever.
no.
And like obviously McTiernan's first choice is Sean Connery because he loves Sean Connery. He
Well,
did fucking Hunt for October. He did Medicine Man if the
well,
dude.
Sean Connery's amazing, but you'd have to make it a different. You'd have to make the character a different type of terrorist. You
Yeah.
couldn't just give him like.
He could just be his cousin. Like you just throw the word cousin and it doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like one thing that like John McTiernan. It's so funny about Hunt for October that like Sean Connery is playing a Russian guy, and the whole entire movie he's like, I'm not even gonna give you a fucking Russian accent. I'm gonna give
no,
you a Scots accent. You're gonna accept it. You're gonna fucking love it because it's Sean Connery.
sounded
Fucking
Russian to me.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like oh, so that's close enough, I guess.
And you know what's funny? It's a very similar plot to 007 GoldenEye because in GoldenEye, Goldfinger, the whole plot was they were going to detonate an atomic bomb in Fort Knox
Yeah.
and irradiate the gold and completely screw with like the world economic market on gold and like or Goldfinger had so much personal gold it would just skyrocket the value of his. It would be interesting if that'd be a fun one to see.
Yeah, I think it could be, but so here's another casting choice I want to throw out there. So he was considered for the role. He was pretty much cast, and then he turned it down. For the role of Zeus, Lawrence Fishburne was almost considered. How do you think that would have stacked up against Samuel?
I love Samuel in this. I
Yeah.
mean,
I think that this is the perfect Samuel role.
He can't get angry and funny. He can't get as angry or funny as Samuel.
So apparently, according to Tarantino, there's a whole story about how Lawrence Fishburne was like originally slated to co-star in this movie, but he wanted $1 million to play the role. The producers were like, "Fuck that! No, we're not playing that much for you." So the producers then saw Samuel Jackson at Pulp Fiction at the Cannes Film Festival, and they gave the role to Jackson. So
Yeah.
it was just like immediately, just like right there. Apparently, Samuel Jackson also beat Lawrence Fishburne for the role of Jules in fucking Pulp Fiction. So it's just again and again, those guys are definitely up for the same roles back in the 90s.
Oh,
But I think in
totally.
both cases, right there, we end up winning out. I think that Samuel is such a more
where
engaging performer than Lawrence can be.
Samuel Jackson's strength as a performer is like his intensity. Like I feel
Yes.
I feel like Lawrence Fishburne would have been a better choice for Mace Windu than Samuel.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, that's true. Yeah.
He's more reflective. 100%.
Samuel Jackson, like, unless Samuel Jackson was like running around like intense screaming, like, doing his Samuel L. Jackson, calling somebody a motherfucker, Like it's not the movie role for him.
But
Just
also,
Yeah.
can you imagine though in '99 if you see Phantom Menace and then you see The Matrix like back to back with Lawrence Fishburne in both roles? Those would be kind of similar roles, I feel like, and it'd be
I
kind
don't
of
know. I think
yeah.
it could totally work. And Lawrence Fishburne was in the game longer. Like back in his
He was
first
in Dream
movie.
Warriors. He was in Nightmare on Elm Street 3
Well,
as
his
Larry.
he lied about his age to get into
Apocalypse Now.
Well, yeah, well, he's like 17 or something, right?
And
14.
do you
Oh,
know
even
he
earlier,
was
yeah.
16. He was 16, I
Was he
think.
16? I thought it was 14.
16. And his other big role that people of my age remember, he was Cowboy Curtis on Pee
Oh
Wee
yeah,
Herman's Playhouse. And like he still went by Larry Fishburne then.
that was
It's like,
amazing. Yeah, because
yeah,
it's like when you watch one of my favorite sequels, it's just such a fun trash movie I cover one time is Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and he's credited as Larry Fishburne. That every time it makes me die
yeah.
laughing seeing that.
No,
So
it's totally true. And like he got very good at dramatic acting in the 90s. Like he was the dad in Boys in the Hood, which
mm,
was a great movie. Like he wasn't the flashbang M80 that Samuel L. Jackson is every time he comes on the screen. Like, you know, when 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 Samuel Jackson comes on the screen, people can't tear their eyes away.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
I think this is a great segue to figure out who's the star.
Oh,
I mean, nice.
I am a star. I'm a star, I'm a star, I'm a star. I am a big, bright, shining star.
All right. Who is the star of this movie? Who stole the show? Who had the best performance?
I think going off of Dowling, where he was just leaving off, I think Samuel L. Jackson, I think, is a really engaging performer for this movie. It's kind of insane to think that the third Die Hard movie is a buddy cop movie, and it totally works because Die Hard 2, there's no one that's as engaging as fucking McClane in that movie. I mean, as much as you have Dennis Farina doing Dennis Franz doing Dennis Franz, that's engaging, but that's always so much. When you have a movie where like it's the third movie in the sequel in the fucking franchise, and it's a two-hander, and yet somehow it's the best sequel of the whole fucking franchise, that means you have a fucking great performer in Samuel Jackson, and it wouldn't work without him. So, I think definitely him. It's just such a way of like how he's just like calm and collected in the beginning of the movie, and then you slowly see his anger and his reaction and back and forth. His chemistry of Willis is great. I mean, there's a reason why they made Unbreakable after this. So, the two guys are just fantastic together. So I'm definitely going with Samuel Jackson.
Alan?
I agree 100%. It's all about range. He plays like the button-up professional while he's running his electronics store, and just even little throwaway dialogue where he's like, why do you keep calling me Jesus? Do I look Puerto Rican to you? It he goes, the guy called you Jesus. He's like, no, he said, hey, Zeus. And like
That's
he
amazing.
just delivers everything every time. Like it's hard. He I think he's the best performer in the movie. Of course, it doesn't work without Bruce Willis there, but like he has a reserved kind of like I always feel like I fall into this situation kind of feeling where it's like
Yeah. I think it works in this movie. I mean, I love the fact that he has like the whole entire movie just a massive hangover, and I think this is definitely in the canon. I mean, this is another qualifier I'm getting. One of the best hangover movies. Like,
totally.
yeah, where like the whole entire movie, you just know that McClane's just like, why the fuck am I in
He's
this
like, my
goddamn shirt?
head really hurts.
Why does it
Yeah,
have,
like
why does it have to be today of all days? My God.
Yeah,
yeah. And
it's
I just love that they like take away everything from fucking Willis.
yeah.
You don't have Bonnie Bedelia anymore. She's not in the third one. She's like, whatever. Yeah, it's just fantastic. It's like, oh yeah, she's gonna be an ex-wife for the rest of
He
this
hasn't
franchise.
talked to his ex-wife for a year because they
Yeah.
had a fight on the phone and he just didn't call back.
It's that Eeyore energy makes it more believable that he's a super cop, where you like the clerk's line, like, I wasn't even supposed to work today. Like,
Yeah,
like
exactly. That's
it's
him this whole
like,
movie.
yes. And Samuel L. Jackson really pulls everyone in with the high energy. And like he's got a great presence where it's like, I don't like you, but I'm gonna help you because otherwise you're gonna die. Like he's got a good heart. He gets quite good at all the scenes, and you nailed it, Tommy. It's a buddy cop movie, and like he does such a perfect job with it. You know,
Mm.
like the the helper, the comedic relief, the all of it, where McClane's like, here, just fill the bottle this way up. He's like, it's got to be exact. You know, like it's Samuel L. Jackson, 100%.
I think my point quickly, I think it's a yin and yang situation. You kind of need both. I think Samuel L. Jackson, this like helps cement his career and therefore might be in that, but like Bruce Willis is just effortless as John McClane. It's always such a fun performance watching him on the screen there. Um, so I kind of want to say both, but I agree. It's Samuel L. Jackson for
I,
sure.
I do want to mention some of the ancillary cast right here. I mean, like Larry Bergman as the inspector, like his like overall boss, just such a great little flavor to this as a police chief. He tells Gruber at one point, so, yeah, we're sick of fucking McClane too. Well, get in line.
I
So, they just really casted like the ancillary characters really well in this movie.
agree.
Ah, are you ready, comedy partner? Waka waka.
Would Die Hard with a Vengeance work as a Muppet adaptation? Now, hear me out, because I know your
Okay.
instinct is to say no, because but I'm picturing the scene. They're on the bridge. It's the Muppets. They're just packed in the car like it's a clown car. Like just picture Muppet 77, like the road trip car, like they're singing like kind of slowly while the boat's pulling away because they're going slowly there. Then Gonzo goes, I've got it. And he pulls out of the trunk, he pulls out a giant cannon, and he stuffs himself into that cannon and fires himself and misses by about 20 feet to the right. And then they all just jump on and they're like, oh, wait a minute, we're made out of fluff. So they all just jump onto the boat anyway. Just picture it. I think it works. That's all I have. That's the only thing I can think of that would work as a Muppet, but I do want to see that one scene as a Muppet adaptation.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall, like the Muppets in this one, it would have to be a little more wacky. And again, like anytime we talk about a cop movie with Muppets, I always think of the Happy Time Murders and what could have been if that movie was fucking fantastic, but it's not. So,
It means it wasn't meant to be.
yeah,
I think it's
exactly.
just amount of I think there's just the amount of like comedic relief needed where it's like every now and then they'll give you like some banter that breaks the tension. But I think this movie's about
That's snort
tension.
out of your nose humor.
So like I talk about like how the ancillary characters in this movie are cast well. If you just recast those characters as Muppets, it'd probably be funny. It'd probably work a little.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just I feel like if they're full of fluff, you don't care as much. And
that
you know,
that feels philosophical.
yeah, it's like restuff them, you know, like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's
That's fair enough.
yeah,
Um,
I'd watch it.
yeah, why not? All right. Review time. Dowling, give me your score out of 5.
Okay, this is not going to change anyone's opinion. It's never going to be someone's favorite movie, but I think it's always entertaining. And I enjoyed watching it before. I liked it now. I think this is a 3.5 all day.
Tommy?
Okay. So this is probably the third time I've watched this in the last 3 years. This is a movie I think is really fun. Easily the best Die Hard sequel, and I think it really uses the New York City well. And I think it's up there with one of the best third movies we've ever had. So definitely within the top 10. Another qualifier I'm throwing out there. But just great casting for ancillary characters. Gruber's fucking hilarious, or not hilarious, but great in this movie. And just the dynamic between McClane and Samuel Jackson is fantastic. So I'm gonna go 4 out of 5. Very fun sequel.
I'm gonna go 3 out of 5, but it's like a big 3. It's a giant 3, you know? It hits the notes that you want exactly. It's a fun action
Mm.
movie. The action sequences are great. I just feel like it's a 3 out of 5. I can't explain it any better than that, other than if you watch it and you make your decision. I feel like we're all somewhat on the same page here. 3, 3.5, 4. We're all covering the same bases here.
Tommy's a more caring heart. He's like, oh, I liked it.
Tommy's always the generous grader of the two.
Yeah.
Without question, without question. But Dowling, thank you for joining us once again. Always
Nothing
fun.
but fun. Sorry if I talk too much, lads. I tend to do that.
I like that you say that every time.
I know.
You're not the one that went on a 10-minute tangent about what movies he watched in fucking high school.
Yeah, today was Tommy.
Wait, well, what was worse, that or the president segue?
It was all connected. It's all tangent on tangent on tangent. This is where we're going to the podcast.
That's podcasting. It's just tangents. Tommy, any final thoughts before we wrap up this episode?
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. You can follow us on social media. That's at Seen It Pod. That's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, your occasional thread. We're also on Blue Sky. That's podseenit.bluesky.social. And leave us a 5-star review. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, helps us out, helps us grow the show. And we have a couple bangers coming up this month. We're going to be covering another Gene Hackman movie. So get ready for that.
All right.
And also, we didn't mention this. Die Hard, the reason we're covering this, is celebrating its 30th anniversary this week when we release it. So, 30 years ago.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, thank you all so much for listening. We will see you next time.